going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. I'm Nadeska here with Academics and Wayno. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. How you doing, Ak?
Yo, my nigga, bro. Yo, come on, man. Yo, what's up?
What's going on with you?
I'm chilling. How are y'all?
Strong start to your week?
Yeah, nice little strong start. You know what I mean? I got my little coffee. I'm here. What's up? A good, nice Monday. Ready to talk some hip hop?
A good night's Monday?
I said good, nice Monday. What's up?
Oh, good, nice Monday.
I just woke up.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? It's been a good weekend. You know?
How much money you got this weekend, bro? I could tell. Look at the squint of the eyes.
No, I'm just trying to think if I made any money this weekend. I don't think I made any money this weekend.
It was a good weekend without it?
Yeah, man, it was a good weekend, you know, spend time with the children, you know. That's all that matters, man.
Got another
academics.
manicure? Nails still looking
No, I'm gonna get another manicure probably this week. You know?
Fucking little gel gloss shit is going crazy.
Act, don't worry about my motherfucking fingers, though.
I'm just saying, bro.
All right?
Thing, bro.
All right, man. Last week, we were all a little bit surprised about Nicki Minaj and Meek going at it on Twitter. It seems like Nicki does feel a little bit of regret here. So she just did a Q&A with Irving Azoff, if I'm saying that correctly, at the Polestar Live conference. So when she was asked about the beef with Meek, at first she joked that she got hacked, and then she expressed some regret. Take a look.
I was hacked. I got hacked this morning, you guys. Don't believe anything you saw. The good old hack excuse.
Now, is that shit premeditated or does it just happen?
It just happens, and listen, it never fails. Every time I do it, 5 minutes later, I'm like, why the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Every single time. But it's a good lesson in knowing how to master your anger and emotions. So every time I do that, I like give myself a talking to in my head, like, okay, you played yourself, you shouldn't have did that. You learned your lesson again. How many times you gotta learn your lesson? You know, so I gave myself that talk today, sir.
I do the same shit and then I just do the same fucking shit the next day.
I think, if anything, we were expecting her to hear her talk about this on Queen Radio, probably not in this sort of forum. Are you surprised by her response?
Oh, she's definitely talking about this on Queen Radio today. Y'all niggas better tune in. Yeah, I think it's today. Yeah, I better get ready.
But you think it's gonna be this tone?
Nah, listen, man. Nicki is black and like, I mean, I don't expect it. I expect Nicki to be Nicki. You know, I like.
What does that mean?
I expect Nicki to be the Nicki that she's been the past couple of months, where every time there is a situation or a problem, she created Queen Radio so that she can tell her side of the story. Like, I expect her to do that and only that on Queen Radio. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be no guest. But yeah, I expect her to be talking the same shit she was talking in the tweets, but saying it on her platform.
Interesting. So then she's really going back and forth. Or she could just sort of stick with this sort of, I'm sorry I did it, here's what I was going through. She could take a more mellow tone. I'm just saying, it'd be interesting if she does this here and then completely, okay, no, all right. Carry on.
Radio.
Cut it out.
Carry on.
She's pulling the biggest sympathy. I'm calling it now. She's gonna pull the biggest sympathy card ever. You feel me? Like, yo, woe is me. Again, I could see her. Again, I'm just guesstimating. Mm-hmm. I don't see her saying, hey. I still see her having a tone of, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have said it on social media to kicked it off, but these emotions are that I kind of already felt, and unfortunately, it came out that way. But still, I stick by the fact that Meek used to be my ass. Mm-hmm. And this is where you set the tone for the sympathy card. You're pulling the sympathy card that says, hey, listen, let's look beyond the Twitter back and forth and let's look into some of the deep trauma that was caused upon me, like on some real shit. Like, again, that's what Queen Radio is for.
Okay.
And of course, calling people cocksuckers, of course. You know?
So this is not the end of this.
No.
All right.
Come on.
Let's see. Also in the interview, she does mention that she wishes she never recorded Anaconda, Your Love, and Starships, which at least 2 of those are really big songs. No, all of them are really big songs for her.
So much of my discography. I wish I never recorded Anaconda. I like the video, but I wish, my first ever solo song on Billboard was Your Love. To this day, I like the video, but I hate the song. I can go on and on. I hate Starships. I mean, like, yo, Starships are meant to fly. I was like, why did I do that? Like, I really think that every time I hear it.
Understandable, but you know, there were some of her fans who really, really liked these songs.
Your Love is fire. Your Love is fire. I don't have no problem with Your Love. Anaconda is like, I felt like that was like really typical. Didn't Anaconda come around the same time as like Pop That? I thought it was gonna be more of a wave of like people flipping over those old samples or whatever. But
that was a big moment though.
Yeah, it
when
was.
She dropped the video, the cover art, then she
Right.
did the performance and all of that. It was a lot.
Absolutely. But I mean, yeah, a lot of artists do records that they don't fucking like.
I think that is true. A lot of artists do records that they either get tired of or they're like, in hindsight, maybe not the best move. I think this was an honest Nicki and her saying that because I think she identifies the time when shit started to change. And not only did her stardom and fame become even bigger because of songs like Starships and Anaconda because of their success, but also that's when like people just like the people who liked her for the like the itty pitty, like whatever. Remember those hood songs I used to have and people fuck with her? Those people just dipped. It was like, we're good. And it's never been the same after that. You know, like that was the moment where people were like, yeah, she could still rap, but she went pop. You know, that's when she caught feelings over people like, you know, radio personalities like Peter Rosenberg even criticizing that
Starships,
song.
yeah.
Yeah, like it kind of changed, and I think it signified the fact to the masses that, yo, while Nicki could rap, Nicki is gone pop, and just historically that term, like I don't know how Drake, like he raps about like him going pop and it's accepted, but like for a rapper like Nicki at that time, going pop meant, oh, she sold out. And I think those songs were like, especially Starships, overt, like, you know what I mean? Like just overt attempts at, yo, I'm hitting the crossover button, you niggas, it was fun being with y'all, but peace, you feel me? And I don't think she's gotten that acceptance that she had pre those songs ever since she dropped those songs. And she probably identified the moment by saying, I really wish I didn't record those.
The thing about Nicki was already so established. It's like even if you had that phase in your career, I never saw why it would be difficult for her to go back to sort of the Nicki rap fans like when she does features. And I don't remember if Starships was on the album where she tried to do the half pop, half rap side. I just feel like she was established enough to sort of just swing back in the direction of more rap.
But I see why she did make songs like that though. It's like I don't think that like for artists like her, that's her saying, I don't want to fuck with hip hop no more, but it's just her trying her range. Like, you know, like Nicki, when we started to hear her sing a little bit more, then we found out that she always sang, you know, but she didn't try it till a little bit later. And I feel like if you're a respected rapper, like as long as it's like something that's totally out of your brand, I'm not mad with you trying new types of songs.
Because she got a whole new audience from was it Ariana Grande who gave her love, right?
What year was, if y'all remember loosely, like what year around was this?
Starships or?
Like 2012. I think around like 2012, I think.
Yeah, Pink Friday, Reloaded, 2012.
I think a lot of like the interpretation of that was also kind of her intent. Because, you know, we've seen songs like, for example, Wayne during his Carter 3 run and afterwards, yo, he dropped, like, I mean, Lollipop was considered a pop song, but it was still within hip hop, right? You know, the success of Millie, that shit's like almost a pop song, but like it's still hip hop. I think there's that David Guetta wave, or Guetta, I'm sorry, I'm probably saying his name wrong, where, you know, you saw the Chris Brown with the Year 3 times. It kind of came around that type of shit.
Yeah.
And everybody who hopped on that shit just seemed clearly, like, it was about, I want to say, and I might be wrong on just being historically factual on this, but so my time might be off, but it felt like about 2 years, not that she didn't do hip hop records, but the pop shit she was doing in those times overshadowed all the hip hop shit.
It did, but she still, I mean, at that time, she still had Bees in the Trap. I mean, like, she still had Bees in the Trap. That's the thing, is like, Bees in the Trap wasn't as big as Starships or nothing, but it still was like, I felt like her career always been A-side, B-side. Like, she always gave you enough rap for you to accept one or two other songs from her.
And the B-sides don't always end up on her projects. Like, Lookin' Ass is one of my favorite Nicki songs that came out. That was like 2014, but that was a Young Money compilation. That's like Nicki just really talking her shit.
But you know what another thing is too? It also plays, a lot of these songs be playing in the technology because like Triller TikTok wasn't out. Imagine TikTok having shitted on you. Like, remember that record? Like, how big that record could have been if it had these same type of things that amplified it. Like, technology was changing at that time. Instagram wasn't what it was. You couldn't even go live and none of that shit at that time.
I also do think that, you know, as far as Nicki, and I think again, I gotta preface everything I'm saying, but I'm guesstimating. I do think she has, you know, some of the resentment. I won't call it bitterness. Resentment she has towards how people look at other artists, whether it's current artists or even look at her career, is that like hip hop has been a little bit less forgiving when it came to her. Yeah. Like, she didn't get to bounce back from that. Like, I know you were saying, hey, well, yeah, she could do that, but she does others. Like, I'm telling you, those were the moments where people were like, yo, yeah, we're good off Nicki. Like, we're good.
I mean, people said that critically. And
I'm talking about the masses.
Yeah,
you know,
but if they tune out for those songs, which I understand, I don't feel like if she drops a really good just rap record, we're not listening. I feel like she already had that established enough. That was my point. I feel like it's the critics who really got to her.
She got, yeah.
No. I honestly, what was the record? You know, remember she had dropped, even before Queen, the last album, she dropped like 4 records, didn't really do anything. And then she dropped
But by not doing anything, we just mean it didn't do what she's done historically when it comes to dropping singles. Because every record that she dropped go on Billboard, it charts, but it just doesn't kind of stick around.
They were still pop
right?
leaning all of those.
No, I get it. But she dropped a record which I liked. And I think a lot of people, even critics, was like, yo, that's the Nicki we fuck with.
Chun-Li? Chun-Li was...
I think Chun-Li, it was Chun-Li or another one. But I think it was Chun-Li. But here's the thing. The acceptance of like a Nicki record like that, now, as opposed to like when we accepted it before all that pop stuff, I think it's different. You know, like if you look at, and I've had that critique of Nicki, like just even chart wise, she has a great fan base. Her music's always gonna chart high. But then when you realize it doesn't really last, and honestly, I don't feel like the mass public has fucked with a Nicki record like that in a while.
Yeah, that plays in. It's a lot of factors that play in that.
Even if it's not a whack record, it's a cool record where that could have possibly worked in 2012.
Yeah.
Like now you kind of listen to it like, all right.
But is it because it's a record that could have worked in 2012 and now we in 2019? Like, do you think that Nicki? I think that Nicki.
I get that.
Yeah, it's like the City Girls popping right now. It's like those records just sound different.
And the thing is, I don't see her doing like I think that like her doing what like Hot Girl Summer is like the furthest she'll go with that. I don't really want to hear Nicki make a fucking act up. I mean, I don't want to hear that from her. I like hearing her rap. Like that's her best point. I like hearing her rap, but I don't think that she's gonna go that far. Cause then it looks like she's trying to fit in, and she's never been the fit in person. She's been the person that kind of makes the wave of what's going on.
We tired of the Megatrons though. We know you can rap, but like stop flipping like dance samples. Like, come on, we gotta come with something new. It's 2020, baby.
Didn't I hear you come in here playing that song when it dropped?
What?
Am I tripping?
Which one?
Okay.
Yo, you must work at a different academics.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I don't know what
All
you're
right. Well, let's see. So she, supposedly has a project coming. We don't really have a lot of details yet. She previewed that snippet of Yikes, but she said that's just a promo single, that there's no video or anything coming. So let us see. And now, on to some drama. So, Gayle King recently did an interview with WNBA player Lisa Leslie where they were covering Kobe's legacy. It was a very long interview, but CBS decided to air this one promo clip where you see Gayle pressing her, well, it seems like she's pressing her about old sexual assault allegations that were already settled. So she's basically asking Lisa Leslie if she thinks this will affect Kobe's legacy. She says no, and she continues asking. People were pissed. So Snoop, for one, got on Instagram to call her out. Check this out.
Gayle King, out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that? I swear to God, we the worst. We the fucking worst. We expect more from you, Gayle. Don't you hang out with Oprah? Why y'all attacking us? We your people. You ain't coming after fucking Harvey Weinstein asking them dumb-ass questions.
All right, so I think we could say Snoop is in the majority here. A lot of people were upset about this, especially since we just lost Kobe and his daughter a couple weeks ago. People are still grieving. But towards the end of the video, things get a little dicier. He's saying, back off before we come get you. There's some other profanities. And then, he loops Oprah into this, saying, like, you guys are friends. Why haven't you, been interviewing people like Harvey Weinstein? And then it got really weird when he said to free Bill Cosby. But we'll get to that. So Gayle did defend herself. People were really going crazy. So she got on Instagram to basically basically say that she feels like the network took that clip out of context. Check this out.
I've been up reading the comments about the interview I did with Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant. And I know that if I had only seen the clip that you saw, I'd be extremely angry with me too. I am mortified, I'm embarrassed, and I am very angry. Unbeknownst to me, my network put up a clip from a very wide-ranging interview, totally taken out of context, and when you see it that way, it's very jarring. It's jarring to me. I didn't even know anything about it.
All right, so this got so bad that Oprah said that, you know, Gayle actually has been traveling with security for the past few days because she was getting death threats. It really got out of hand. And of course, Bill Cosby's account had to get in on this as well, thanking Snoop for calling out Gayle and Oprah, questioning why they're, quote, destroying the image and legacy of successful black men. We're going to get to all of that. Even the former U.S. National Security Advisor for Obama jumped in, telling Snoop to back off. And eventually he did apologize, saying that he was speaking for the people, but he wasn't threatening her.
Tops, what up, though? This big Snoop Dogg. Here's a message for the people that need to know. I'm a nonviolent person. When I said what I said, I spoke for the people who felt like Gayle was very disrespectful towards Kobe Bryant and his family. Now, with that being said, what I look like wants some harm to come to a 70-year-old woman. I was raised way better than that. I didn't want no harm to come to her and didn't threaten her. All I did was said, check it out. You out of pocket for what you're doing and we watching you. Have a little bit more respect for Vanessa, her babies, and Kobe Bryant's legacy. Yeah.
All right, that was a lot, so let's just start at the beginning. From jump, how did you guys feel about Gayle King's interview with Lisa Leslie and her bringing up the allegations now?
I felt like her timing was wrong. I mean, the whole, and I haven't seen the whole interview. Right? I haven't seen the whole interview, but like, they picked the most popular clip, or the clip that they felt was gonna speak toward whatever the time was, right? We haven't Lisa Leslie come on. I haven't seen Lisa Leslie do an interview that was this public in years. Kobe is the hot conversation in media right now, so yeah, they took that and ran with it. Now, I just felt like it wasn't the time, only because even when Lisa Leslie said that, you know, he was acquitted, she was like, but he was only acquitted because of this. I felt like she kept trying to like pull from Lisa Leslie to try to get a certain type of reaction out of her, and she didn't. She defended how she felt about Kobe. She said, you know, there are guys who do, when they hang out with WNBA players, tell them to get girls for them, and Kobe wasn't one of those type of guys. And I felt like it should have been left there, or she shouldn't have said it at all, for the most part. I just felt like her timing was very off, you know, for that topic of conversation.
Right.
Now, if there was a conversation about, in time, people in entertainment who've had these allegations, that's a wholly different special, that's a whole different conversation, but that wasn't the time. And she did, like Snoop said, she didn't go at Harvey Weinstein. I seen her interview Harvey Weinstein's attorney, and she did ask a lot of questions, a lot of hard questions, and his attorney is a woman, and challenged her for her morality as being a woman and representing a person like that. So I think, you know, it's cool to just look at the first joint we see and say that she didn't do this and didn't do that. Right. But I think she's a very respected journalist, but her time was off with that.
Okay.
The Kobe shit.
It's really tasteless, if you ask me. I haven't seen the full interview.
I don't think most people have.
But the clip, or the promo clip that they're saying that the network went with, I believe the network, I don't believe she deliberately did that. And I also think if she did that, she probably had the backing of the network, right? So they...
You mean to ask in general, or okay?
Yeah, and for them to lead with that clip, they knew that that was gonna be something that was gonna be spread like wildfire, and they threw it to the wolves. Literally. So, you know, of course, she's left to make statements like that, trying to defend herself. But again, it looks like she was either used or somehow complicit in it. I just feel like that question and just kind of prying at trying to get someone to say something that would probably go against at least the mourning process at this point, right, of Kobe. It's kind of like prodding and kind of like tasteless to me. Yeah. So everything else, and you hear what Snoop says, and you know he brings up, I think it's a valid point, even though you dismissed it a little bit, that Gayle King Oprah, what they seem to be doing, they're not keeping the same energy as opposed to people who they've been cool with and other people, like, within the culture, so to speak.
Well, I'm not dismissing that. I didn't dismiss that. What I meant was in that particular space that everybody said that she never said anything about Harvey Weinstein. That's the thing. Like, everybody thinks that because Snoop said that she never said anything.
Because he's making the point that you never interviewed him specifically, but Wayno's saying like she has questions.
She has, but with Oprah, now, to the point that you was about to make, to Oprah, I do see that, yeah, it's not the same with these allegations amongst other people. I looked up, remember I said her spiritual advisor. It's a person who's her spiritual advisor or was a spiritual advisor to her at one point in time. He just went to prison, got sentenced to 19 years for rape. And we see these allegations against Russell Simmons. He hasn't gone to court for it. He hasn't been tried for it, but there was about to be a documentary coming. She backed off of it, but we don't see that coming for other people. That's the thing. I think if there's sexual allegations against you, everybody's on an even playing field. There is no...
And I think that's where you contextualize it, I think it's fair to kind of use that association between Gayle and Oprah to kind of say, hey, listen, I see how you guys may be dealing with things. And, this spun all over the place on social media. Some people thought, the way how Snoop handled things it was almost like attacking black women.
How did you guys feel? Because we haven't addressed that. Because like I said, he started with some valid points. Everyone felt like the timing was bad, but things did get a little bit...
Snoop is not going to mince words here, and he's also going to, he's not going to be politically correct. So, of course, he threw in a couple B's in there, and the way how Snoop talks in general, if you listen to anything he's talking about, borderlines on threats. You get me? Honestly, just how he uses Instagram. Do I think he means it? No. Should he be more sensitive when you're speaking to a woman of color that actually is a very high-ranking journalist, honestly, and has that position? Yes, but I do think, Kobe just passed. A lot of people were still in their emotions.
No, I'm saying, yeah.
I didn't look at it as attacking black women. I just looked at it he had a problem with Gayle King. Now, if Snoop Dogg had a history of saying, things to black women in media, that's one thing, but I didn't look at it, I looked at it as an isolated incident. I didn't look at it like, oh, well, all black women in media, this is all what y'all do. I think it was just
very vocal about Oprah
as well.
Yeah, because nobody's been talking about that. Nobody
and I do think it's a legitimate point. Oprah should be the first one to make the documentary on Harvey Weinstein.
Right, but
you're not hearing about that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't take that as he's saying, all right, we need to overthrow the top black woman in media
it's just to back off before we come get you. Look, I'm glad that he did post a video saying, I was not threatening her. Like you guys said, I was emotional and angry like all of you. So, but I think he also realized that maybe he didn't need to say before we come get you. He could have expressed everything else. It's fine. We understand. And of course, we love and respect Snoop. I mean, it's emotional and there's a lot of layers to this. The free Bill Cosby thing, I don't know.
Yeah, well, though? Well, remove Bill Cosby. By the way, why does Bill Cosby keep referring to his jail cell as a penthouse? I'm serious. Every Instagram post he writes, he calls his jail cell a penthouse.
Well, somebody's writing that for him because he can't see.
No, I'm really. At this point, I'm really wondering if he's at a penthouse. Is he in a normal jail cell? What's going on over there?
He's supposed to be. Is he in the feds?
I have no idea. But what I've seen, as we get into this cancel culture. And, of course, we're in this, phase where it's really popular to kind of, now set the narrative of someone's life or existence or alleged crimes after their death or after some shit happened, It's all about docs these days. You get me? Everybody's quiet. And God forbid, there's probably going to be a Kobe Bryant doc. Seriously. At some point.
You mean on his sexual allegations?
Yes, I'm pretty sure at some point. We're just in that era where Michael Jackson could be alive all this time, or even in the immediate aftermath of his death, not cool. Yeah. But now it's all right, let's show you the doc to reveal some other shit and it kind of contextualizes how you think about that person. And 50 made a great point as he was talking. I can't remember. I think he was at the red carpet of some shit, probably some power stuff. And he was like, he doesn't really get. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get why that's for. trying to convict people who are either already serving time or people who are dead. You know, it's like you're trying to gauge or trying to like sway the court of public opinion to get people to think about somebody in a different way. So I don't know.
I just wouldn't even think of Kobe and Cosby in the same universe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those are completely different. But anyway, let us move forward to some music. So A Boogie is getting ready to release his new album soon. We got the cover recently, and on the weekend he got on Twitter to express his frustrations with artists who are mimicking him. He says, "You keep on trying to sound like me without showing love. I'm gonna start to sue. And for real, this shit is getting out of hand. I'm not trying to knock nobody's hustle. I'm just getting sick of the craft you're bringing to the table. You're making this shit boring." So artists like Lil Durk agreed with him, and PNB Rock, who also said, "I'm sick of these dudes copying his style." Lil TJ said something that people think might have been a response to Boogie. Dudes be mad when it's the next guy's turn to shine. I mean, for a long time, I think people have said that A Boogie has sort of like pioneered this little wave in New York. A lot of people do sound like him. Are you guys surprised to hear him tweet this now?
No, I mean, people said that A Boogie sound like speaker knockers, right? Like, this, I just look at like all of them sound the same. Like, I don't know, like, where is the drawing the line? Can sounding like somebody be perceived as showing love? You know what I mean? Like, is that love? Like, they say imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right? Is that showing love? Like, to me, I can't really distinguish. I'm not gonna say I can't distinguish who's who, but what A Boogie needs to realize is that when you are one of the most prominent people in your city, then people take that pattern and try to run with it so that they can get on. He same as Lil Wayne. Like, if Lil Wayne complained about every time somebody did something like him, he had, how many niggas got lip rings because of Lil Wayne when lip rings wasn't cool? How many people, I mean, there was people with tattoos on their face, but how many people tatted their face heavily because of Lil Wayne, dreaded their hair because of Lil Wayne? I mean, look at Lil Wayne's position now. I've never seen Lil Wayne go out publicly and say, yo, man, niggas need to stop trying to be like me. He birthed a nation of rappers. So, I mean, Boogie just has to understand that there's something that comes with the game. You know what I mean? Like, that just comes with you being a great artist. Like, that admiration is gonna make somebody wanna be like you. Right. But I don't even know how do they show love, because I feel like when you do show love, then you don't get appreciated for it either.
Right.
You know, and I'm not speaking to any artist specifically, but like most artists, if they do say, you know, I did learn that from, or I like him, that doesn't make you take them on the road. That doesn't make you say, you know, I'm gonna do a song with you. So I don't know what showing love in that sense is.
Pre-album jitters, I think. You know, we've seen many artists like go through that phase of, you know, kind of call out people who are probably benefiting and profiting from their style a little bit more than them at the moment. And that's all it is. Like, the Migos used to call people out. Why? Because they had Bad and Bougie. Once they had Bad and Bougie, they was like, I don't give a fuck what y'all do. You get me? That's really the honest truth. But you know, and I do believe, I don't think majority was just only to like Lil TJ, but Lil TJ is one of them. You know, like, there's two people who are like the fathers of New York, and everybody else falls underneath one of them. They're these dudes' son. A Boogie got a bunch of sons, and Pop Smoke got a bunch of sons, and everybody else. It's hard for you to find a rapper that don't fall under one of these dudes. Like,
really?
Yeah. No, throw a name or tell me.
No,
who.
I'm just saying. I think Pop Smoke is so early that all of it's happening at once.
Well.
But then look, it's people that are challenged. Wait a second, it's people that are challenged, and I love Pop Smoke's music, but it's people that are challenged that he took his style from the UK.
Okay.
We just seen a tweet come up that say the UK rappers run New York.
Okay.
Or
Perfect.
grime, or you know what I mean? Like,
and this is where I'm gonna say,
well, producers, my fault.
This is like the difference a bit, right? I think A Boogie has a little bit more leeway to say niggas is stealing my style. And yes, of course, you could say, yo, he took probably inspiration from Dej Loaf's Speaker Knockers, but like he kind of like, he patterned it and kind of like coined it like his shit in New York. Yeah. And there's a lot of rappers, and whether they add their own variation, they're kind of still living within that style. Whether it's Lil TJ, I even say Lil Tecca, right? Pop Smoke, he can't really say as much because his voice is so distinct that the only
shit he sound like 50.
Yeah, the only thing that people are copying about you is the fact that you using UK beats, they using UK beats. So you know, like, they're kind of still in your sound, and it's kind of like, does he can't feel like he owns that sound unless they're trying to like mimic like his voice and shit like that. With Boogie, These niggas is going crazy with autotune, man.
So how does he have a bunch of sons? That's what I'm asking. Like, how does Pop have a bunch of sons?
Because if Pop Smoke doesn't do New York drill, I don't think none of these niggas. We don't have Big Drip. We don't have none of this shit.
Hold up. I think New York drill. If we're gonna talk about New York drill, that started way before Pop Smoke. That started way before Pop Smoke. That started
with these. Well,
that started with Bobby
okay.
Shmurda. That started with Bobby Shmurda, 2 G's.
You're just talking about the production, the
No,
particular sound?
I'm talking about that type of distinct production. And, you know, I'll back up a little bit.
But New York drill, Chicago drill.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
I'll back up a little bit because...
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Right.
I'll back up a little bit. I'll probably give credit, honestly, I'll probably say Chef G. Because I remember hearing records like that where I'm like, yo, this is a UK instrumental. Like, was it No Suburban? Yeah, those type of records. I heard those before Pop Smoke's
But No Suburban,
record.
that was 2 G's record. And Chef G did a freestyle over that.
Okay, so
If I'm correct, I might.
okay, so I'm not talking
But
about.
just on the timeline, Pop Smoke is more, he blew up a lot last year. You can't really say that he's
Okay, so I'm not talking about like Chef G's or 2 G's.
Okay.
And they've been kind of going back and forth. I'm talking about everybody else since Welcome to the Party hit. And then, you know, it's more everybody's using Axel Beats now. It's just a pattern that you're seeing a bunch of new rappers kind of jump into. I mean, damn it, like Cass got like a New York drill record.
I mean, that's
or
what,
sounding record.
thing
You know,
about,
so he's made popular and stamped a sound that like people know is successful and is heating up that everybody wants to run into. So of course, I would think he feels like, yo, I feel like y'all niggas is a little bit indebted to me. Like, I kind of stamped it, making this sound a little bit more mainstream, not just on a local
mainstream
scene.
level, but if we gotta, I'm just saying, like, if we gotta give, like, Pop Smoke is 20. He was 13 when Hot Nigga came out.
But that's different production.
It's different production,
feel.
but I'm just saying, it's like, that's,
okay.
If there's, I feel like, that's why I said what comes first, the chicken or egg, is the same at the same time. Cause if Chicago doesn't like Monica this sound and dissing niggas locally in your neighborhood, not dissing more established rappers, I don't think that Bobby Shmurda and them ever make Hot Nigga or Computers or any of them records. So it's like, okay, one style comes from the next. And if Bobby Shmurda doesn't start what he's doing in Brooklyn and then go on and he's in prison and all of that, do we even get a Pop Smoke? So where does the...
Well, all right, so you're going back to the genesis of drill. I'm not saying that.
Not the genesis, I'm just saying that we're talking about who...
I think, you know, and some people in the UK might disagree, I think there's certain elements of Chicago drill that influence UK grime. You get me? And then that influenced how some of these niggas in Toronto, if you hear these niggas in Toronto, they sound like they're in 2014 beefing like a motherfucker, making the same type of record.
That's what but music is... That's the driving force in music right now.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not giving Pop Smoke credit for drill.
Okay.
I'm giving him credit for this new wave of this new sounding. Like, go get the UK beat and rap over it in this unorthodox, like, non-traditional.
I call it aerobic instructor rap.
Aerobic instructor rap.
Yeah,
Okay.
they stand up, sit down, left, right. Like everything is like call and command, like telling you to do something. Like
that's funny. I see the points you guys are trying to make. I guess Wayno's just drawing the bigger arrow. Yeah, Chicago to the UK. There's a lot more elements involved here, but I think with Boogie it's a little bit more distinct.
The taking his voice, like
yeah, you can't
and
really
honestly,
compare it
I think these tweets really come from like yo, Boogie's dropped a couple singles. He dropped one with Uzi. You know, he's on his third single, which is, you know, ironically, it's called King of My City. I think this time around, he's making claim like, yo, listen, I got to start owning this crown because there's other competitors who are coming around that might cloudy our vision of what's really going on.
Yeah, what counts to Wayno's point, like what's credit for a rapper? Do you want someone to like hit you up behind the scenes and say, look, you know, thank you, I take a lot from you? Is it a tweet? Because Boogie has been doing well. It's not like he's fallen off by any means. He's very successful.
What have you done for me lately, right? So like Hoodie season did really well at the beginning of 2019, but then Lil TJ dropped in and people talking about Lil TJ and now Boogie's...
But did that change Boogie's momentum though? He was still touring and still like
I don't think it's a Boogie TJ thing. I think that the where the lines get blurred is a lot of rappers have, and not specifically Boogie, but insecurity issues, because this is the thing. Now, oh, y'all better show me love. Then when somebody show you love, then you say he's sucking dick. Like, for real, they be like, man, that nigga's a dick rider. Like if you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. They say a closed mouth don't get fed, but then when you say something, then they say you shouldn't have said that. So it's like, where do you come in at that? Like, I mean, when do you come in this whole thing? as an artist, you be scared to say that you like Boogie, because if you start publicly saying you like Boogie, then people saying, oh man, he a dick rider, man. Like,
and also, like, I do think that, you know, again, it's just the nature of music. Like, you know, fans, other people, critics, they compare people. And I do think when you feel like you've inspired someone's style or career, you feel offended when you're putting your shit out and people are comparing you to the people you think you've inspired.
Okay.
So like in reality, like the credit like every rapper wants is that the nigga who took your style or the nigga who is using some shit that you felt like that's yours, you want him to say when he announces his record goes gold, yo, thanks to a Boogie, because without me stealing shit, I would have never got nowhere. You know what I mean? I'd have been a bum, still chilling, you know what I mean? Like but nobody's gonna give that type of credit. But it all gets solved when you're the most dominant at what you felt you started. Like, I'm telling you, the Migos used to have little slick comments about Drake just using their little no flow. And then as soon as they hit Bad and Bougie, they'll be like, what? We love Drake. What y'all talking about?
Drake, I think Drake he does it the best at like giving people love, but that's because he's at the top. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if he was an up and coming artist and he gave love, then people would just be calling him a dick rider. But I think that Drake, he said it in the interview, like, yeah, like I like using other shit. I like using other accents and different sounds. But if you up and coming rapper and you say that, then they be like, man, you just stealing shit. Like you.
No, but even with Drake, when he did the feature, people were like, yo, after that feature, he kept using the fucking flow. You know what I mean? Like, that's what the Migos said. It was like, yo, how we not like, how we fell off when the dude who did the song with us, he's still using our flow. Credit is a motherfucker.
Credit is better than cash.
Anytime people start asking for credit, you got to look at what's going on with them.
Well, we'll end this by saying there's still a lot of anticipation for this Boogie album. He still has his crown.
Absolutely.
He'll be good, man. He'll be all right. And let's do, before we go, a quick review. Pop Smoke did drop his new project, Meet the Woo 2, over the weekend. 13 songs, big features on here, including A Boogie, Quavo, Lil TJ, and Fabio Foreign. Like Ak mentioned, some production from Axel Beats and 808 Mellow. What did you guys think about this one?
Shout out to everybody who's complaining about every song sounding the same. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that's just where music is at. I'm not looking for Pop Smoke to be Kendrick Lamar. I'm not looking for Pop Smoke to be Jadakiss or J. Cole. I think what Pop Smoke does is very good for what he's trying to accomplish. And everybody, I posted it because my friend manages Pop Smoke. But beyond that, I just like what he's doing. And everybody's like, oh, but every song sounds the same. Every song sounds like this. Okay, when are you listening to this music? You're not listening to this music when you're trying to think thought-provoking thoughts, right? You listen to this music when you're trying to get some energy. You listen to this shit when you're about to go out, or when you're leaving the club, or when you're in the gym. It's energy music, and I think it should be appreciated as such, and I really like this project.
You know, I could understand why some people say it sounds like, well, this is the second project that I've listened to from him, and I think I'm looking to see if he's just gonna live in this moment and his whole aura is just gonna embody it. And I do think there's an expiration date on it. Trust me, 100%. There's an expiration date on it. But we usually look to see some type of like hints that, hey, this is gonna last beyond it. And while I don't mind it, I could see how some people get tired of it already.
I mean, he's just starting. Like, everybody like, oh, he didn't switch. It's his second project. Let him rock. But
his voice is super distinct. His style is super distinct. That like people are looking for some variety to be like, oh, you could do other shit. Like, oh, like it's like seeing a backflip. Like, oh, that shit's crazy the first time. Like the 30th time, you're like, all right, bro. Okay, all right. So I think that's where it's at. But fortunately for him,
what's your favorite song?
It's the joint with Boogie.
Joint with Boogie? My favorite joint is Element, but you know what? There's a funny line on this shit. Fabio Foreign said, if your chick getting money, go in her purse. That shit was hilarious, yo. I couldn't believe he said that. But yeah, I fuck with Element, Sweetheart, the joint with Boogie, right? And also Christopher Walken. And Shake the Room, too. Like, it's a few joints on there.
The first one he dropped, was it an album or an EP?
EP.
What is anything? Like, I don't know what to call it. Yes. You know?
Yeah. I think it's cool that he's working with other New York rappers, though.
And rappers outside of New York too.
TJ, Fabio Foreign.
The good thing that's working for him is as long as this wave like continues to like grow and has attention on it, and he's leading like the charge with it. I think he's cool. So like, if I'm him, I'm not changing too much, but I might try show y'all something. Sing a little bit.
What you think his number's gonna look like? Huh? What you think his number's gonna look like?
20 something.
20 something?
Yeah,
That's
20
good.
something.
I think that's good.
I think where's he signed?
Victor Republic.
Yeah, I think 20 something. I mean, he doesn't have a super big hit song this time around, like Welcome to the Party, but I do think that people are interested in him.
Yeah.
Which, that's good.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to run through your numbers tomorrow. Sorry we didn't get to it today. But in closing, so when did this happen? Last week, 50 Cent and French Montana maybe allegedly got into a little bit of a fight. We don't know. So my boy Speedy recently caught up with 50 for Complex News and asked him about the beef with French Montana. Watch.
50, I guess I'll get you out on this. It seems as though it all started with playful banter. It still seems that way to me. But what's up with French? Are you guys cool? Are you not cool?
I don't really have interest in it. Like, there's not much going on.
There was rumors that you snuffed him in a club in Miami or something. Is there any truth to any of that?
No, there's no truth to that.
Okay.
Would I do a thing like that?
I don't know, Phil. I wouldn't put it past you.
Why would you think that way? Would you think Will Smith would do that?
I
can't
think
believe
Will
you would
Smith
say these things about me.
I'm not saying them about you. The internet said these things
Would
about
you? I think this guy right here would assault French Montana.
But 50 would not assault French Montana.
Not me, no. You kidding me?
Okay, word.
Why would I do a thing like that?
Fib, I appreciate
my brother,
you.
do not allow my inner peace to disturb your inner.
My boy Speedy with another 50 moment.
Speedy got classic moments,
my
yo.
God.
Speedy got a lot of classic moments.
Why are you looking around like that?
I mean, yo, I thought 50 was playing. Like, I thought he was joking. Like, the crazy thing about 50, you don't know when he's dead serious and you don't know when he's joking.
Is he ever dead serious?
Yes.
Once in a while.
I think a lot of times he's serious, but the way he delivers it, it's like he delivers a bomb in a nice package.
He's really good at trolling, not just on the internet, but also in real life.
Right.
I don't even think he was trolling. I think 50's on a peaceful, nice little hiatus from the bullshit. I think ever since Kobe's death, he's kind of realized that, yo, he has to seek inner peace, and Speedy was clearly there just agitating him, trying to
I would like to see more of
torture him with the demons,
Torture.
the demonic questions he was asking. 50's at a place of peace. That was clear to me. Like,
Okay.
honest, like, to be honest, this is the first ever incident. By the way, we've seen 50 play off of narratives, whether true or not, to embarrass someone. So when 50 basically bows out of clowning friends about a rumor that he gets knocked out in a club, or even doesn't even want to speak on it, we have to say 50's turned a new leaf. Also, what we've seen him speak up about in terms of Gayle King, he was
nigga's
very
full of
eloquent.
shit. So this is what I would like to see.
I'm gonna give
academic.
50 the benefit of the doubt, even
All right.
though I do think he's gonna backslide pretty soon. Right now, he's on track.
All right, academics, I would like to see this nicer shade of 50 more on your page, because I know that every time there's some bullshit going on, you highlight it. So I would like to see it. I hope 50 influences you, and I would like to see a nicer side of 50 on your page for now.
Of course, we love 50.
Okay.
50 is on a peaceful type
Are you still
of
gonna
mood
post the
right now.
bullshit?
50's not doing bullshit. What bullshit?
I'm hypothetically speaking.
This is act
Well, if he
bullshitting
does
on
it,
a
but I
Monday.
don't think he's doing
If he
bullshit.
does it. All right,
He's a peaceful
man.
guy.
All right, well, I'm glad we're ending on such a peaceful note today. Beautiful way to start the week. Thank you for watching Everyday Struggle. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you here tomorrow on Complex.